What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the HOMES Brewery, and they are out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, and this is their CYNOSURE, the pineapple, banana, guava, and tangerine variant. So they're calling this one a Sour Double IPA that is brewed with lactose and dry hopped with Cryo Mosaic and Waimea hops, then blended with the aforementioned 4 fruits before finally being aged on vanilla beans. I believe this comes in at 6.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 7 months old. I'm going to give a huge thanks, shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka NoJinx, for hooking me up with this one. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies Jeff hooked me up with. And I say that I believe this is 6.5% because even though they call it a Sour Double IPA, on both Untappd and Beer Advocate, it says it's 6.5% alcohol by volume, which clearly wouldn't be a double IPA, but I couldn't find any information on this can. There's typically Holmes does not have the ABV on their cans. There was nothing on their website or their Instagram, so I'm assuming this is 6.5%, but Jeff has sent me 5 beers within the series in the past, and every single one of them was 7.5% or higher. So I don't know why this would be 6.5%, but it doesn't really matter, not really. And that's because most of the ones I've had in this series don't really have any kind of IPA characteristics. They're kind of just like fruited sours, and the last couple he sent more of like the heavily fruited with the fruit pectin and blended with the fruit puree, but they have been delicious, and that's all I really care about. So this is a very interesting mixture of fruits. You got pineapple, banana, guava, and tangerine. One thing I'm going to be looking for is, does that guava dominate? Because a lot of times in fruited guava with sours, in fruited sours with guava, I should say, it dominates. Typically, we'll see. Does this this is kind of like that, heavily fruited sour. It has a fruit puree kind of look. It's probably going to have the pectin on the side. We'll see, though. Maybe not as thick as I thought, but definitely in that realm. We will see if we get that pectin beautiful kind of film there. I will say the first, I think, 3 or 4 didn't have, it was just, you could tell with the color, they used a lot of fruit, but it didn't have, it was more like they brewed with fruit puree as opposed to blending it post-fermentation with it. And this one has, as you can see, the pectin on the side. So this is kind of like one of your smoothie sours, but they say it's a sour double IPA. So yeah, that looks, like a mixture of all those fruits, honestly, leaning more towards like the guava side of things, for sure, in my opinion. Maybe tangerine, more like a guava tangerine mixture. Can't see through it. Murky, turbid, hold it up to the light. Yeah, I can't see through it. Had about a finger of an off-white head that is now dissipated to a thin film like so many of these end up doing, so it's good nose. Yeah, the guava is, so it's not a bad thing because I do like guava, but I feel like if you have 4 fruits in a beer like this and guava is one of them, it's, for me, going to be a predominant note. It's the first thing that hits my nose. It goes guava, we'll go guava, tangerine, pineapple, banana. I feel like the banana is going to be more for the body of this one. Not really get, honestly, the guava is just dominating right now. I love guava though, and especially in beers, like I love the aromatics to them, and I really like the taste, although sometimes it can be a bit too acidic. So I feel like I'm going to love this beer, but it's kind of crazy how much it dominates the other fruits for me. There is a tinge of like a vanilla. So maybe like if you had like some kind of like organic guava sherbet, like an ice cream, like has a little bit of vanilla, or if they made like guava creamsicles, it has that kind of feel to it. Really getting no hop character from this one. I didn't think so because of the series itself, but also 7 months old. So even if there was a substantial hop character, it probably had died off by now considering all of the ingredients in this beer. But yeah, I think the lactose, a lot of times with lactose I get vanilla. I think that in conjunction with the vanilla beans give me a little bit of that creamsicle, almost sherbet-esque kind of feel. Yeah, it smells delicious. It smells like a cup of, some kind of fruit juice, like a guava tangerine hybrid. That's what it smells like. I want to get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Jeff. It's fucking dynamite. Oh, man. Oh. So, Jeff has a very keen eye. If you look behind me on the pretentious wall of bottles and cans, I try to change it up like once a year. I will remove some of the bottles. Some of the cans. A lot of times I leave the bottles because I don't drink a lot of beers within bottles that usually will go back here. So I'll mix up the cans. And Jeff noticed, I think I had 2 CYNOSUREs that were up there. I removed them and he sent me a text. He goes, hey, did you remove the 2 CYNOSUREs from Homes? I'm like, yeah. So he sent me one along with some other Homes to hopefully get back up there, right? We'll see. This is delicious. It's pretty much what I said it was in the nose. My this is like higher side of medium, lower side of full, so it's not overly thick. It makes it a little bit more refreshing and easy to drink. The mouthfeel, it's smooth, but it has a decent carbonation. So this is like if you mix a fruit juice with some kind of like carbonated beverage, whether it's sparkling water, whatever the case may be, it kind of has that feeling to it. The taste, I'm not gonna bullshit you here and say I get all the characters. For me, from front to back, guava leads the way. It's tart, it's acidic, it's also sweeter. It plays with the tangerine really well. And then I think the sweetness in here, which this is not great. This is actually one of the least sweet, heavily fruited sours I've had from Homes. And I think what I like about it is it's not overly sweet, right? The banana I thought would be noticeable. And on the back of on the finish, back of the palate, there's like I just got done eating a banana, or something with banana in it. It has a very slight kind of like reminiscent banana kind of lingering finish. The pineapple, a little bit I get in here, but it's primarily, it's like 80-90% guava and tangerine. Again, it's sweet, but not overly so. Really at the front of the palate, it's real sweet. About halfway, 2/3 of the way through the palate, it really dries out. It has like a full-on dry kind of finish to it. A very mild bitterness. And there's a tart acidic feel to this one that's not like crazy, but it lets you know, hey, this is a sour double IPA, or a lot of the beers are just like kettle sour. So I do notice there's a firm tartness with a decent, we'll say mild acidity, and it really works well. As you can see, I'm just tearing this up. Why? It's delicious. This is an absolutely delicious. I would just say if I was doing this blind, I would say this is for me, I'd probably say like guava and orange, I'd probably guess. I wouldn't say tangerine necessarily. But I would guess guava, orange, heavily fruited smoothie sour. That's what I would get from this one. Not really getting that creamsicle vanilla kind of vibe in the taste. I could see it to some degree if I really stretched for it, but not really. 6.5% or 7.5. I usually can't speak. 6.5 or 7.5%. I will say I'm getting a little bit warm in the chest. I don't know what that is. Probably the alcohol. I don't think it's the beer itself. Like, a lot of times, like if I have a beer like this, I'll get like a little bit of heartburn or acid reflux, and maybe that's a feeling. Maybe it is. Maybe it's already starting. I don't know. I don't feel this is too acidic or tart where I'm going to get that, but who knows? Let me go for more of a sip and see. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Whether it's 6.5 or 7.5 or whatever, you really can't tell on the palate, but do you a little bit warming in the chest. So this is delicious. Probably one of the better fruited sours that Jeff has sent me recently from Homes, and it's technically a sour double IPA, but not really. So CYNOSURE, the pineapple, banana, guava, and tangerine variant, I have no issues whatsoever giving this one a high 4.5 out of 5. I'll go 4.6 out of 5. This, my friends, is just absolutely phenomenal. That's what this is. I love it. So thanks, Jeff, for this one. Really good. Price point availability, I think with home stuff, it's brewery only. I don't think they get like distro of especially these into like local bottle shops and whatnot. And price point on their Instagram, even though they didn't post the ABV, they did post the price point. These are $22 4-pack, a little bit cheaper than some of the other beers within the style you'd get from like Mortalis here or Froth. Maybe it's because it's a little bit lower in ABV and it's technically a sour double IPA, but for $22 4-pack, not a bad price, all things considered. And I give it a 4.6 out of 5. So yeah, I think that's a great price. So yeah, there's not much more to say about it. I think this one is delicious, and maybe this will go back behind me. I do like the can art. I love the colors of this, honestly. It's just beautiful. So maybe I'll save that and throw it back up there for Jeff, because not anytime soon, Jeff. I'm going to need you to rein it in a little bit. Time out. Not anytime soon, but probably next year. So anyway, huge thanks to Jeff for this one. If you've had this beer or anything within the CYNOSURE series, let me know what you think about it. Honestly, I think it's my favorite series from them. They do all these sour double IPAs extremely well. Even if a lot of times I can't taste the double IPA, I don't give a shit because they're usually delicious. So yeah, anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.